Pac is back, goes chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, Pac just can't be beat, yeah!
Pac and yellow, Pac extreme, he's a chowing down machine. Yup, monster, ghouls, and only one can stop him. Pac-Man rules!
The Pac is back, goes chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, and Pac just can't be beat. The Pac is back!
Carl and Damon here from Brrrrains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's they made what into a TV series. Pac-Man and Ghostly Adventures, episode 19, Stand By Your Pac-Man. With a story by Steve Granite and Cyanide Clark, with a teleplay by Sean Catherine Derrick, which is really weird. So it implies two people wrote a story and it needs to be adapted for TV by someone else. Sounds overtly complex.
Yeah, that never spells well, you know, when there's so many people involved.
Well, which is weird because the actual episode doesn't really have that much much detail, really that big of a thing.
Yeah.
It's Valen Pac Day. Of course it is. And Pinky wants to look good and make the day special for Pac. The rest of the Ghost Gang tease her and point it out. Well, look, Silly is likely to be Pac's date. And this annoys Pinky, but she insists that he will be a date for the day or else. Dun, dun, dun. Pac is back, goes chomping at his feet. Yeah, there you go. That's a cold open. Skibo. We begin seeing Skibo being rejected by Silly, and Pac eats his chocolate as per usual. So I'm going to bring it up as we always do. You know how we always do our thing about how Skibo's mistreated? All we see is Skibo handing her a card. She's like, get away from me, you mouth breeder. Fuck you. I'll kill you and your parent. All right, she doesn't go that far, but basically she reacts really poorly to it. And then Pac, out of nowhere, just eats Skibo's gift of chocolate to her. Again, why? They're the bullies. Why am I supposed to see Skibo as the bad guy here? Yep. Okay. Well, make it right where he tries to hand her a card in the present and she's like, oh, Skibo, I'm not interested. And then he gets mean about it. Yeah. And then Pac comes along, so I'm like, well, Skibo got his comeuppance, right?
Yeah.
Pinky watches on with jealousy as her and Pac, Silly and Pac, exchange cards. And furious, she grows big and slimes him. But before she can explain why she did it, because basically she gets mad and then calms down. But before she can explain, the class bell rings and Eva walks off. But she swears to be his date, as we see Silly is actually exchanging cards with all of her friends. It's not date stuff, it's best friend stuff.
Yeah.
I really like that. I think that's a good message to send.
Yeah, of course. So you can be friends with a girl.
Yeah, the idea that it's not everything's about love either. They just care about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in the Netherworld, Dr. Buttocks reveals to the Ghost Gang that Brrraains has an idea that might actually work, insulting the leader unaware of he's behind him. So what's the plan? It's the Pacinator. Okay. Yes, it basically is an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator parody called The Pacinator. This would be funny if this joke hadn't been done by a bazillion things before.
Everything.
So who is the Pacinator? A criminal who apparently is so powerful, he's responsible for getting rid of all the yellow ones in the past except Pac-Man, who the Pacinator didn't even realize was still alive, and now Brrraains wants him to finish the job. And I was like, okay, at least you're building up this guy's threat, like the idea that he actually did kill all the previous yellow ones. All right, I'm bored.
So basically, he also eliminated, took Pac's parents too, then, basically.
Well, I guess, right? Like, or at least knows something about it, which is what Pac realized. Because the other members of the Ghost Gang go to Pinky to tell her, but she is still focused on Pac and Silly, exploding with fury when it looks like he's leaning in for a kiss. But Pac's actually just helping her get something out of her eye. So it's lots of miscommunication, misunderstood situations.
Yeah,
classic rom-com stuff. The rest of the Ghost Gang now reveal the Pacinator to Pac and warn him of the danger. Pac is confident though and thinks, well, I could learn from this Pacinator what happened to the yellow ones and his parents. So what's the Pacinator's deal? What makes him so powerful? He has a yogurt gun, a frozen yogurt gun that's so powerful that when he sprays it in someone's mouth, it will freeze them. Yes, it is that dumb.
Mr. Freeze.
So I'm going to make a joke about that later on, or a reference to that. But you said it so you can have this. Yes, I do think it's amusing that they have an Arnold Schwarzenegger parody of the Terminator doing a almost Mr. Freeze, who, of course, in Batman and Robin was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, that's quite a funny circle, right?
Yeah. Do you think they did it on purpose?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Why else would you could do anything about the Pacinator? You chose a frozen gun that shoots like the gun from the film. So yeah, the Pacinator had gotten rid of the yellow ones. But in a twist, and a twist that I really am intrigued to see where this goes. This is under orders of someone he claims is more evil than Betrayus.
So there's a higher boss than that, or a higher power. So
Indeed. The Pacinator agrees to finish the job and Pac waits impatiently for him to arrive. Unfortunately, Pinky is still trying to get a date, but gets upset thinking Pac doesn't want to go out with her. So she's like, come on, let's go out, Pac. But he's basically staying in because he's waiting for the Pacinator to come to him. She does calm down, but then gets even angrier when she's outside. She sees him and Silly leaving as they've now decided to go out looking for the Pacinator and thinks, oh, well, he didn't want to go out of me, but he wanted to go out of her. So it's miscommunication again. They go to get some frozen yogurt and finally run into Pacinator. Pinky's fury and attack on Silly distracts Pac, resulting in the Pacinator winning, freezing him and Spiral, and then taking off with them. And I was like, oh, cool, that's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah.
Look who's going to have to team up, Silly and Pinky. This is how you write. This is smart. The two rivals who don't really know they're rivals teamed up, you know?
Yeah, it's also how you sort out their bitterness between each other. So potentially,
of course, they struggle to get along and do formulate a plan which involves sneaking into the Netherworld and trying to one-up each other. They do find out going to the Netherworld though that Pac isn't there, and I thought that was a really cool idea. That actually this is not linked to Betrayus.
Yeah.
But Silly has an idea of where he might be. Well, mainly she has an idea because we're running out of time in this episode.
Yeah.
And the Pacinator sends Betrayus a letter revealing he has Pac, and that someone is willing to pay more money to keep Pac on ice. That really intrigued me, because that doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody who wants to kill Pac.
Yes.
Betrayus, though, is not happy, because he's basically like, God damn it, I want this guy dead, and now like he's been captured, and he could be killed, and he won't be. Somehow, Pinky and Silly have found the Pacinator. Found his lair. How? By tracking his truck, because he was in a frozen yogurt truck, to a frozen yogurt factory. Yeah, it's silly, but it works.
Yeah.
After arguing about who was given orders, they manage to get inside, but are immediately caught. The Pacinator attacks, and it's up to Silly to battle him while Pinky tries to save Pac. This is where I acknowledge that it's funny the Pacinator is an Ireland character playing a Mr. Freeze-style character. Pinky's able to save Pac by unfreezing him with a kiss, just in time as Silly's berry power is running out. Pac arrives and takes several power berries as the Pacinator is such a threat. That's a good touch, that he has to take more than one.
Yeah.
And he's able to defeat the villain, who escapes, though. He escapes, making a run for it. Pac is disappointed as it means he won't find out what happened to his parents. And afterwards, they talk about the Pacinator and I hope that they can one day find out who hired him. And finally, Pinky arrives, apologizes to Pac, pointing out that she doesn't see Silly as a threat before they all head off to get dinner together. There's an implication here that Pac finally realizes that Pinky might have the hots for him.
Yes.
Which this episode felt like it developed. It developed the world. It gave us what we want.
Exactly.
An overarching world where these events are meaning something, that his interactions, well, we said many episodes ago that what we hoped at least was happening was the interactions we were experiencing were counting. It does feel like Pac and the Ghost Gang have interacted a lot now, and this is being shown. But also now we're getting all these different ideas and ideas about there was potentially a bigger villain or a bigger name involved. We're getting more and more detail about how the yellow ones were destroyed, what may have happened to Pac's parents, and all of this stuff being dropped in that like suggests that we are actually doing bigger picture stuff here. I am suddenly really hopeful that we are going to get an overarching story. I'm not quite filled with trust yet, I'll admit, because we're not quite seeing that in the episodes. Every episode still does feel standalone, but I am hopeful that we are getting an overarching story.
Yeah, I mean, compared to like the first like 12 episodes of the series, the last like 4 or 5 have really been top. Like they've been in the top standard bracket, and now that they've
We
opened
are
that
on an up. Yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah,
are on an
definitely.
upward trajectory, and I am enjoying this show way more than I did at the first half. You're absolutely right. I am into
Yeah,
this, and it's intriguing because we are obviously nearing the end of season 1. So I am thinking, are we going to kind of imply like the cliffhanger stuff and so on? It's exciting.
mm.
It's actually
Yes, indeed,
exciting, which is
indeed.
just nice. Stand by a Pac-Man, episode 19 of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. You got any thoughts? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.